Many of you might have seen what they call retail apocalypse. There are so many retail stores closing in the US, and some of the stores will surprise you. Some probably won't, but the list is long, y'all. It is really long. The picture that you're looking at is the liquidation sale from Payless. And Payless, they are closing all of their stores in America. And in fact, I got some emails from them. I didn't even know they were closing. I got an email, and it was a couple of news stories talking about Payless because they have already started their liquidation sales. Now, they call this retail apocalypse. Continues. Gap, Family Dollar, thousands of other stores will close this year. So this came out in Lehigh Valley Live, and that's Lehigh Valley is over in Pennsylvania. And March 20th, 2019 is the date. So let's get into this. Last year marked the closings of retail giants like Toys R Us. You know, they closed due to the low birth rate. They said it was hardly nobody coming in buying the baby products and toys anymore. So low birth rate drove them out of business. And the Bon-Ton this year, all of the Payless, Jamboree, Crazy 8, and Charlotte Russe stores in North America will close. So there will be no more of those stores open. Hundreds of Sears, Kmart. Now, there was a Kmart around me, but that place has been gone probably a good 15 years. It's been a long time since we even had a Kmart in my area. Family Dollar and Things Remembered stores will also close this year as well. The closings of these national retailers have been felt at several Lehigh shopping centers. The retail apocalypse has been going on for several years, and unfortunately, it won't stop in 2019. Yeah, because some of these stores are set to close this year and in 2020, as thousands of stores are expected to close. Here's our list of retailers that plan to close in 2019. So Macy's, they will be closing 8 of its stores in the United States, and they're just saying none are in Pennsylvania. You also have 18 stores closing for JCPenney, and they won't announce which stores exactly, but it will be 18 stores throughout the United States. Christopher and Banks will be closing 40 stores in the next 2.5 years. You have Abercrombie and Finch. They will be closing 40 stores, primarily in the United States. Now, some of these retailers are up, also up in Canada and other locations in the world. But this one will just strictly be in the United States starting March 6th. So they already started closing their branches around the country. Lowe's, they will be closing 51 underperforming stores. 21 of those stores are in the United States. 30 of the stores are in Canada. And they already began closing in February. Victoria's Secret, 53 chains will be closing in North America in 2019. Okay. They did not announce all of the locations for their store closing. They would not release it. So it's 53 stores in the country. The Children's Place. They will be closing 144 stores starting in 2019 through 2020. I used to go in that store back in the day, you know. Wow. Starbucks will be closing 150 stores this year. Now, them I'm not sorry about. Good riddance as far as I'm concerned. Gap Inc. So they are closing 230 stores, according to USA Today, but they are going to be splitting their brand in two. Old Navy is actually one of their companies, and Gap brand. So they're going to be splitting those two companies. They will no longer be as one. So the store closures began in on March 4th, and it includes Jane and Jack, which is a children fashion store, and Gymboree. Those brands will be closing. Chico's 100 stores will be closing. White House Black Market 90 stores will be closing. Soma 60 stores will be closing. It intends to close at least 250 stores in the U.S. over the next 3 years. Wow. H&M, who I am not sorry they're closing, good riddance, 160 retail stores in 2019. But it plans to open 300 stores during the same time frame. So I guess they're probably taking out the ones that are poorly performing and then trying to open up retail stores elsewhere. That doesn't always work, y'all. I've seen branches do that and still fail. Things Remembered, 274 stores will be closing. They filed a Chapter 11 bankruptcy last month. The company is 40 years old. I know they've been around for a long time. And back when I was working in corporate America, a lot of people would go there and get gifts, especially personalized gifts. I got a gift from a friend that was also my supervisor, my manager at the time, and she was getting married, and I was able to get a blanket personalized with her, and at the time, her fiance's name and their wedding date on it. It was really beautiful, too. So they will be closing 274 stores. Wow. So they had a total of 450 stores at one time. Family Dollar. Now, this is a place I go to. I mean, there's a couple of them around me, and, you know, they come in handy when you need just those immediate things for your house. So they are closing 390 stores. Discount retailer Dollar Tree will be closing as many as 390 stores. And a lot of people don't realize Dollar Tree owns Family Dollar, you know? So I don't know if any of the stores are around me, but they are closing stores in Pennsylvania, according to this ad. And they started, I think they started closing some of their stores a while ago, because I do have relatives in different states, and they told me their Family Dollar stores have closed. So that one I'm not happy about. But Sears and Kmart, hundreds will be closing this year. Now, we haven't had a Kmart around us, I would say, in like the last 15 years. They've been gone for quite some time. I can't remember the last time that store was there. But Sears, we had a Sears nearby, but it was at a mall, and the mall is closed. So that Sears is gone. So we have Sears Holding announced last year that it would close 80 stores by March 2019. And I know the one around me was one of those stores. And they're closing also Kmart. Wow. So, they're just listing the ones in Pennsylvania, but they're saying they'll be officially closed by December of this year. So, and the auto centers will, 3 auto centers will be closing in January. So they're gone. Jamboree, hundreds of stores will be closing. Crazy 8, which is children retailers. So they will be closing. Look like they declared a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company said in January it anticipates the store closures will mostly take place over the next few months, including stores at the Capital City Mall. And those are places over in Pennsylvania. Charlotte Russe, more than 500 stores will be closing. We don't have any of those near me. Some of you that live in different areas, you may have that retailer, which is a women's clothing retailer. So they will be closing 94 stores. Wow. Unless they can find a buyer that will take over the chain. Walgreens and Rite Aid. Wow. Not all this year, because I got both of those near me. Walgreens plans to close about 600 drug stores over an 18-month period, which began in the spring of 2018, according to USA Today. The company told the paper that most of the closings will be Rite Aid stores. Wow. And the vast majority will be within a mile of other stores in the Walgreens network. Walgreens and Rite Aid. Wow. They don't say which ones, though. Okay. Some of you might remember Ann Taylor, Loft, Dress Barn. They are closing 667 retail stores, but not all are in 2019. Now, we did have a few of those stores near me. Ascena Retail Group said previously that it would close up to 667 stores through 2019. Wow. Payless, they are closing all of their stores. They've been around for 60 years. I didn't realize they've been around for 60 years. They are closing all 2,500 stores in North America. Wow. So that's it, y'all. That's a lot of stores. That's a lot of stores. I think a lot of people probably live near these stores, and you might not have even realized how many of them were closing, And it's not like all of these companies are releasing a list of who's closing, so you don't even know if they're near you or not. But please tell me what you think, y'all. This is huge. And it is the sign of the times, and it's showing you how economically America is not doing that well. And it's not shocking that there is still talk of a recession coming. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace, family.